guys, here's a little story about my life. So my mom's from a little farm town where they make cheese, and my dad is from Iran, and I was born when they were in their early 20s during an earthquake. It was bringing down the city of San Francisco, actually, which is where I live now. But I was being born over in Utah. When I was 2 years old, we moved our butts to Portland, Oregon. My mom had a daycare, and one time one of these snot-nosed brats that she took care of decided, hey, I think I'll, throw a swing at this little baby's face. Until I was 7 or 8, I had black teeth. I was really pretty nerdy growing up. I really loved libraries. I thought they were like magical castles. It was always cold and rainy in Portland, and so being inside the library was like this cozy little retreat. When I was maybe 10, I discovered the sex aisle. I was so fascinated. I couldn't stop myself. I wanted to know about penises and vaginas. And then one Sunday, a leader of the church asked me if I think about sex. I was like, how does he know? And I told him no, and I felt so bad that I had lied. So when I was 12, we moved to California for my dad's job. I had to leave behind all my friends, and I started spending more time at church actually in California because I felt like I had a community and I felt less alone. I was very involved, a good little child. But as I got older, I was like, I don't know about this. So while I was learning how to cook and to sew and do crafts and babysit, my male friend, they were becoming leaders in the church. So I asked one of my teachers, it's like, why can't I be a leader, dude? And she told me God wanted me to have a different special job, having lots of babies, which I was really not happy about because I didn't want to have babies. So I get involved in theater. I'm pretty into that. Singing and dancing and acting. My mama has her own theater company. And I was also developing this turbulent relationship with the church, which was a big part of my life. It started to feel like the church was actually not what I used to think it was, and I left and I felt free, and yet I also felt really alone. And so I began to search for my purpose. Soon I found myself crying all the time. I felt hopeless, I felt empty, and I really thought a lot about killing myself. I cut my arms, and I popped pills, and I slept a lot to get away from it all. My mom and dad were really scared. They took me to a therapist. She really coached me through my depression. She helped me figure out how I could graduate high school early. And at 15, I got my diploma, and then I popped my little booty off to college. College! Woo! Parties and craziness, right? No, actually wrong. I did say I was nerdy. I didn't really party a lot. I kind of kept to myself. I lived alone, and I liked it that way. College was where I found myself. I became very politically active, participated in my first protest. I became a certified rape and dating violence counselor. I started a bunch of sexual health programs at alternative high schools, which is where they send teen moms. And I was also diligently posting Sex Plus every Saturday. And I was really driven to use the internet as a platform to have conversations with people about the things that I thought were important in the world. In my senior year, I met my baby. I can neither confirm nor deny that I fell in love. I graduated in 2011, and then I had to do this really scary thing called being a grown-up. My first job was working for Planned Parenthood, making videos, which when they offered it to me, I just felt like I had one life and everything. I was working on Sex Plus, and I started speaking at universities and participating in documentaries, and eventually I started working for Discovery as well, making science videos for them, and here I am. I am a happy person. I'm a stable person. I know what I want in life, although I'm not really sure how best to get it. If there's anything I've learned from the past, it's that you have to hold on to what you believe in, and that you have to stay flexible and just take each day one at a time. Find what makes you happy and just hold on like your life depends on it, because at least for me, it did. So thanks for joining me, guys. If you made it this far, wow, you're amazing. And I hope to have another Sex Plus video up for you as soon as I can. Love, love, bye-bye.